Why do some achieve massive success while others can't seem to catch a break? What distinguishes those who get excited for a day, a week, or even a season versus those who are consistently driven for decades to come? What are the differences between executors and those pondering on the sideline? Tommy Baker spent over a decade discovering the answers to these questions, and I'm excited to share them with you. The 1% rule has been founded on breaking the New Year's resolution mindset, where so many, myself included, put together a big list and watch within a matter of days, weeks, or months completely fall apart. Instead, we will be focusing on the power of wanting to become better today so you can be better tomorrow. Our current system with our highlight reels and quick dopamine hits just isn't working. They distract, utilize smoke and mirrors, and with the endless media stretching or twisting the truth, it's certainly becoming harder to tell what is fact or fiction. The fiction is success happens in a moment or overnight, and what it looks and feels like in the movies. If you ever compare your life to a movie, you'll quickly see that they don't align. This isn't to say movies are solely bad by any means. I personally enjoy inspiring movies that are action-packed with great stories and character development. But they are movies, and they certainly depict things in a highlighted manner or more dramatized with perfect practice lines, acting, enticement, and things meant to really pull on your emotions. What's really amazing, though, is there is no difference between you and me and those we look up to or admire, who've accomplished an amazing feat. We are the same and have the same limitless potential. The only real difference is their vision of success, their clearly defined goals, and the actions and routines they execute. That's it. So, what is the 1% rule? The 1% rule is founded on one principle from the study done in 2011 by Teresa Amabile and Steve Kramer in Harvard Business Review. In the study, they wanted to see the effects of motivation in the workforce. What they discovered is simply amazing, yet I bet you've seen its effect without being fully aware it's even happening. They discovered that progress, whether small or large, is the motivational force. The secret to staying motivated and completing your goals is progress. It's what keeps us inspired and on track. The feeling of small wins. Which, if you want to get more small wins in your finances, check out Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover Summary here. And consider liking the video if it helps you, as well as subscribing for all future self-development content if you're into those types of things. Anywho, to your success. When we feel like we are moving the needle even a little bit forward, we stay motivated. The more likely we experience progress, the more likely we are to stay creatively productive. This is the one foundational element of the 1% rule. The other is Kaizen, a Japanese business philosophy that focuses on continuous improvement. These combined will help you achieve micro progress, add in consistency and time, and now the compound effect takes over, and you can achieve whatever goals or dreams you can think of. Truly limitless potential. Tommy Baker put the 1% rule into a simple formula, and that is 1% progress plus a daily application, consistency, plus persistence, focus, plus time, endurance, equals success. Now, I want you to imagine getting 1% better in one aspect of your everyday life. That simple achievement would add up to a 365% increase within 1 year. What would this mean to you and look like for you? Throughout the rest of this, I will be breaking these down and going more in depth on the application side so you can truly harness the 1% rule into your life. Remember, knowing is half the battle, the other is purely execution. For if there is no action, there will be no change or improvement. Number 1, fall in love with the process of who you are becoming, getting 1% better every day. Enjoy the journey, the hard times and the good times. Number 2, follow the 1% rule every single day, flexing that consistency muscle. Did you know that most people end up giving up on their second day of working towards a goal? Doing it every single day will make this habit a part of who you are. Number 3, celebrate your commitment. Every day you are winning. All the little things that used to be hard to you, focus on these no matter how small and appreciate how far you've truly come. Instead of focusing on what's missing, work on feeding the inner hero, not the inner critic. Number 4, track your metrics and data. Having accurate data is much more important than living in a fantasy land. Track your metrics so you can know where you're at. Success must be measurable. Number 5, master your craft. Pick your craft and work on it every single day, and you will become amazing at it. Embrace the practice and training. Spend time on what is challenging to you, not the easy stuff, so you can constantly improve. Focus. With our highly caffeinated, glued to screens world we live in, focus is the sole difference maker. On average, we spend about 10 hours on screens every single day. We are so busy, but going nowhere. However, we all want to be productive and have those fulfilling days, not just busy days. A question to ask yourself is, did you really move the needle forward today? Were you moving yourself forward or someone else's agenda? Being able to shut out distractions and focus with a singular purpose makes you incredibly valuable. Focus up and achieve your dreams instead of fulfilling others. Persistence. J.K. Rowling became a billionaire off of her book series Harry Potter. But let's back up to the year 1990. This is when she had the initial idea. It took her 5 years to fully flesh out the story, and in 1995 she persisted and sent her books to numerous publishers, 12 of which rejected her book. Imagine if she gave up after 5 or 10 or even 12 rejections. In 1997, the book did appear in print. She published the last Harry Potter book in 2007. Now, I do want to go back a bit because I did leave out a bit, and during all of this, she experienced her mother's death, a quick divorce, being a lone parent to her daughter, and writing the first book of Harry Potter in 1993. She dealt with depression and deep despair during this journey. Yet more than 30 years later, after persisting, she is a well-known author and billionaire who uses her money for philanthropic endeavors. In this story, there was nothing but sheer persistence. It wasn't a quick overnight success. It took years of hard work to get to where she is today. Persistence alone will put you in a completely different class. Persist through the hardships, the struggles, the pain, and lean into your small wins. Keep going. You got this. Endurance. Endurance is gruel, exhausting, and often is a battle with your mind. If you've ever done long distance running, you know this. Yet the journey and the end result is amazing. The best shape I've ever been in was doing cross country many years ago, where we would run 3 to 8 miles a day. It was tough under the hot summer sun of Arizona, but to this day, I enjoy running for the mental and physical toughness that it builds. To achieve your long-term goals, you must endure the trials, the setbacks, the foreseen and unforeseen problems, and keep pushing forward. Hard times will come. It's not an if, but a when. If you can strengthen yourself mentally, physically, and financially to weather these storms, you'll come out on top and be the better because of it. Applying the 1% rule in your life. Listen, your time is now. Do not wait for the next day, the next month, or the next calendar year. Create urgency in your life and start getting 1% better today. I'd like to liken getting 1% better to the power of a river consistently flowing and shaping the land. The 1% question. Ask yourself, what can I execute on right now that will prove that my outcome and vision are not only possible, but coming true? This question is designed to give you clarity and keep you grounded, focusing less on the how and instead on what's the next step that you need to take. Remember, progress or perceived progress is what keeps you going. This is why so many who are losing weight typically give up. They don't see or perceive any progress. This is also why Weight Watchers is the #1 weight loss program. They watch, track, and show your progress. Feeling progress is so important. If you feel some sense of progress, you will surely keep going. Parkinson's law is the reason why in school we cram and wait to the last minute to study for our final exams. It states that work will expand to fill the allotted time. This is why if we know about our friend's wedding for 6 months, we will wait till the last week or two before we get the gift. Or some friends and family coming over and we wait till the absolute last hour or 30 minutes before we quickly clean everything up. While it's amazing how much we can get done in such a short amount of time, this doesn't equate to success because this type of process is stressful and over time can leave you exhausted. One of Tommy's mentors, John DeMartini, said, "If you don't fill your day with high priority items, others will fill your day with low priority items." Create space in your life. What doesn't work is adding more and more things in our already busy day-to-day living. I'm sure you felt this way as I have felt over years of working. Instead, audit your day-to-day and delete those things which are not serving you to create space for other beneficial things. Audit your inner circle and your environment to make space so that they are serving you and helping achieve your dreams and your success. Reverse engineering success. Are you ready for extreme success? Great. The first thing we need to do is set your vision. It needs to be crystal clear to the point where you can literally envision it mentally. Ask yourself about what do you want? What does success look like for you? Who will be there? What will it have? Who will it impact? And how will it help others? Once you have your vision, set aside the how. We want to prevent the "but how" paralysis. Initial response that we typically give. How is where dreams go to die, summed up as the gap between where you are and where you want to go. Let's break down the process of 90-day rocks, a great tool to help you quickly start climbing the mountain of success. These short-term goals have a core outcome that will be achieved in 90 days. This should spark fear or nervousness to really stretch yourself. This should help you execute instead of overanalyzing. The outcome should really matter to just you, not anybody else. These rocks will be based upon the 4 pillars of life: business and purpose, health and fitness, spirituality, and relationships. For each of these, identify the core outcome, what you want to have achieved in 90 days. Then identify the core process, the actions needed to succeed, and then take it one step further by breaking it down to a 1% level or daily progress level. Designed to be simple, with key actions to help you stay focused on what will move the needle forward each day. Some examples for each of the 4 pillars from Tommy Baker's book. Business and purpose. The core outcome was to generate $35,000 in 90 days. The core process. Reach out to 2,500 leads during the next 90 days. The 1% process. Generate 27 prospect calls every single day. Health and fitness. Core outcome: complete the Spartan Beast in 90 days. Core process: 3 gym workouts a week and 2 long hikes. The 1% process: daily activity and hitting nutritional requirements 85% of the time. Spirituality: the core outcome: create more inner peace and reduce the stress in my life in 90 days. Core process: wake up 15 minutes earlier to allow the time. The 1% process: daily meditation for a minimum of 7 minutes. Relationships: the core outcome: strengthening the relationship in my marriage in 90 days. Core process: create 6 date night experiences and 1 big trip experience. The 1% process: encourage my partner with creative appreciation every single day. With your own rocks, focus on the core outcome, the core process, and the 1% process. There will be more tasks than just the 1%. However, the 1% is a non-negotiable that you must do daily that ensures you are making progress and staying on track. Recall what the 1% rule is. 1% progress plus a daily application, consistency, plus persistence, focus, plus time, endurance, equals success. Now that you know it, it's time to do it so you can then become it. The concept of knowing, doing, being. You need to take intentional action on your path towards success. However, there is something else that we need as well, and that is space and reflection. Otherwise, we will inevitably burn out. This is what is required to sustain our endurance. The balance myth. You can't balance out your life and have everything fit perfectly into even amounts. It's just not possible. Trying to do so is incredibly frustrating, and I myself have done it. Harmony is more about how each part can work together for the whole and how they can fuel each other. Like your job or purpose provides for your family, which allows you to spend time and enjoy nice things with your family, which allows for recreational time, which then allows for more energy to put into your work. What might surprise you is disconnecting and finding respite is essential to your success. It allows for more creativity, and the goal of disconnecting is to rejuvenate yourself. There are a few different ways you can do this. Some examples are momentary disconnects, or short bursts of a few seconds to a minute, like closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths before you move on to something else. Another example would be walking around a room for a few seconds or having a nice conversation unrelated to what you were doing. Daily disconnects can consist of small activities that can take 15 minutes to an hour or more, like a date night, playing a musical instrument, reading a book, watching a movie, or going on a hike. There's also weekly, monthly, and quarterly disconnects you can put in place to help yourself get a much-needed reprieve from the daily grind. This is where the most amount of clarity comes about. Now, it's your time. Get after it and see all that you can accomplish with the 1% rule. Just remember to get 1% better each and every day.